YouTube. We're back again for more of our Gencon Bonanaza Explosion Blown coverage. You'll have it Gencon 2019. Thanks part to all of our amazing Kickstarter backers. These spectacular companies here who donated games to help make our Kickstarter possible. And of course our big sponsor, Steve Jackson Games, who has the new Deadly Doodles, a draw and draw game, and Tasty Mistral Games. Right here with my good friend Brandon, who might start making some content for the channel.
I'm open to.
He talks about it all the time when he gets plastered.
I want to. We talked about it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I remember.
But we're here talking about another game about getting plastered. Not really. Homebrewers from Greater Than Game. This was one of my top 10 most anticipated games of Gen Con. I hope you say it doesn't suck. But tell us about it. What'd you think?
It doesn't suck.
Awesome. So what is
All right, great video. See you guys later. Homebrewers, in short, it's got a couple different mechanics, and obviously, well, maybe not obviously, the theme is about making beer. So in the game, essentially what you're going to do is you have different players who have asymmetric powers. They all have something that they can do. You're going to roll dice, and on these dice are going to be essentially what you can do for that month. And it takes place over a course of, I don't know if it's a whole year or like 6 months or something like that. But you can do those actions on that month, and those actions might be what the calendar action is, and those actions all vary. Or you might get grain, or you might be able to actually brew beer, or you can, in the process of brewing beer, you make your stuff dirty, so you can sanitize. And I think those were the 4 actions, if I remember correctly. And one of the interesting mechanics that they've done with it is, let's say you roll your dice and you don't like what you get, you can look around the table and be like, oh, somebody has grain, I really wanted grain, I'll give you a brew beer action to get the grain. So you can sort of mitigate what you get by trading out dice. And I thought that was really interesting. You have a track of 4 different beers. So I think there was IPA, Porter, Ale, and one more that I'm not remembering, I'm sorry. But the idea in the game is that you want to basically try to get all of those beers improved as you go along the track. So it's like, hey, I'm brewing an IPA, and I move up the track to get more points because I've now brewed an IPA. But you want to try and get all of them sort of moving, because you're only going to score if you are the highest on the track. And you score at, I believe that there's like a Summerfest, and then there's an Oktoberfest. And that's sort of where all the points wind up coming from. And it's just points. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like every other board game in the universe. You're trying to get the most points. But I played with a guy. We did it 2-player, so it went really quick. I think we did a full demo in maybe 40 minutes, 30 minutes. It was pretty quick. It's light. I would call it light mid, maybe in that range. I think this is one you could teach to anybody. The other fun thing about it, I forgot one of the other major things, is they have little flavor cards. So they might have like lime or oyster or something. And the way that they did it is they have 2 different things on each card. One, it goes onto your beer and sort of becomes an engine building game where when you brew that beer, you get a power. And it's ongoing, it stays with you. Or you can alternatively use those flavor cards instantly and wind up getting like another little instant benefit. So there's this little bit of decision making where you either want to get the long ongoing one or the short one. And that was a fun little decision making mechanic in terms of whatever. In terms of like the game strategy, excuse me. I wound up getting a super good engine going where when I was making my IPA, I could also move up my porter, and I wound up beating the guy. I wound up crushing him. I got way more points than he did.
Suck it, Todd!
It was very entertaining. It was one of the first games I demoed here at Gen Con 2019. And I just really enjoyed the crap out of it. I really liked it. It just came out. I actually got my copy. I kickstarted it, so I got it on Tuesday, right before we came down here.
Oh, nice.
So I'm really looking forward to trying it at a higher player count to see if it works with a higher player count. But this is one where I'm gonna bust this out at my next game night and see how it goes.
Anything you disliked?
Not from the demo. Honestly, I can honestly say I really did not find anything in it that I was like, I don't like this.
Complexity-wise, do you think it'd be around, like, compared to Pandemic, easier or harder than Pandemic?
I put it at the same level.
Okay.
I put it about the same level.
That's what
maybe
I was
even a little
thinking.
less.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That is brew
Homebrewers.
Homebrewers from Better Than Games. I should know that because I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah, you'll like it. You'll like it.
Definitely check that one out. If it looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to check that one out. If you're enjoying what we're doing, click on that subscribe button down below. In the comments below, let me know if you ever brewed your own beer.
Oh, there you go. I have not. It is way too much work. It's a lot of work.
It's not. I actually brewed some beer
Did you?
myself. My wife got me this home brew kit back when she was just my girlfriend, and I ruined it by putting prunes into it. So I followed the directions, but then I wanted to make prune beer, so I started throwing some prunes in there. Or was it prune juice? Was it prunes or prune juice?
Whatever.
It was prunes and whole pieces of banana.
What?
Which, needless to say, ruined the beer. A little fun fact, there's one giant bottle of that beer sitting in the back of my fridge, which I will drink when the world's about to end. So yeah, we're saving that one. But let me know in the comments below if you ever brewed your own beer. As always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Cause of death, home brewed beer.
Homebrew beer.